What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. I think it's actually been a minute since we've started a video in the old OBS here. And well, after doing that little project in my bedroom, I saw your guys' request for more work-related content. So that's what you're gonna get today. Not only are you gonna get some work content, you're gonna get some Dave content. And you're gonna get some stairs, maybe a half pipe, probably a van, maybe 2 vans. Thing I love about construction, you never know what your day's gonna bring. Let's go meet up with Dave. Well, we had to take a little pit stop here, help this gentleman out with a little jump start. Who is what do we got? What do we got going on here? Dave? What is this guy sniffing my mirror? Hey, excuse me, sir. Don't sniff my mirror.
Jesus Christ! Dave, scared the shit out of me.
Dave!
Dave, I thought that was you. I was looking. I thought it was you.
I thought the serial mirror sniffer was back, and I was about to report you, buddy, but it was just you, Dave.
Dog, since when is sniffing mirrors like all of a sudden, like, what? You think that's weird all of a sudden?
I bet the guy that lives in that van doesn't think it's weird.
It's true. That's a nice guy. I like that guy. Well, I feel like I won the sweepstakes, man. Seeing you in my neighborhood, knowing I get to hang out with you today is like, it's like winning the sweepstakes, man.
Well, hey.
It's also chest day.
So guys, we have made it to the OG original shop. Dave?
Rhino.
Dave!
Rhino.
Dave!
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Hey guys, I think Dave's excited to see us this morning. If you guys remember, a couple videos ago, we were over at Dave's neighbors, kind of getting the prep work and a couple of the landings done for a staircase going through their backyard. Now, if anybody's ever built a staircase, there's a lot that goes into it. And we're sitting here with the mastermind of the staircase.
If you're building a staircase, you should draw it. Stairs is like real simple. I mean, it's all real simple, but the top and the bottom get weird. I don't want to say it's easy for us, but we're good at them. Like, we don't, because we just draw it right away and then we know.
So talk us through what we got going on here, Dave.
We got a neighbor that lives on my Big O Canyon, and right now she has a 2-foot wide staircase, and her son is like a genius 12-year-old skateboarding prodigy, always winning competitions, sponsored. And when your kids get that age, you kind of want to try and keep them around your house so that they're not shooting up heroin. So she built him a sweet little half pipe in the backyard with a nice deck so that, like, you know, you could have parties and stuff. To get into the backyard and down to the ramp and to everything, you got to go down this 2-foot wide staircase. And dude, it's got stucco edges on it.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good.
So you're always, so it sucks. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of blow open and make that flow. So basically, plan view. Today we're gonna work on the building landing at the top a little more. She wanted the stairs angled a little bit so that we could pick up the flow from the top area. This will make more sense when we're there.
You know what this means, ladies and gentlemen? Some work is about to get done, David.
Heyo.
We've got the van loaded up here. Look at this. We've got all the material right here. Build a full 2 flights of stairs. Looking great, Dave.
Yeah, we could. Well, I was talking to our good buddy, helped us with the pizza place.
Yeah.
About CNCing up our stringers. So I mean, yeah.
I'm all on board. Let's CNC up the stringers. That sounds way better than us cutting them. So one thing Dave and I always try to do is, if there's a CNC option or a laser cutting or a water jet or whatever option, we always opt for that first, time permitting and budget permitting, because you know, like, you just take that off the plate, you get ultra precise, and you have pretty much a completed piece while we're over here doing other stuff. So we made it to the backyard. I know the lighting's going to be a little bit weird right now, being half sun, half shade here, but you can see the existing staircase, which we talked about. Super narrow, stucco on both sides, just asking to tear up your elbows and your shoulders and your arms. Just no fun. There used to be a little bit of a block wall that came up this wall came up a little bit higher. They tore that out. We've got some temporary railing in right now, obviously, until the final staircase gets built, and then this is going to get filled in as well. David?
Hopefully, now that I have a good buddy here, we can get this temporary railing looking like not quite as shitty. I got some material.
And you can see all the forms have been stripped off of the landing that got poured last week. basically what we're working on today is the top landing, extending it out a little bit off of this existing deck and kind of kicking it at the angle to meet the landing down below. But first things first, the gate that Dave's messing with right now used to be right here. We like to take care of our clients, and obviously this backyard is going to be torn up for a little bit. We always say it has to get worse before it gets better, but we still want it functional. They've got a bunch of dogs they don't want running down into the yard, so we're just using their existing gate. We're going to temporarily put it in place just over here. That way they still have pretty much full function of their yard, and it's not too much of a hindrance on it. So next we need to remove this panel of the deck railing and hopefully not drop it and break this piece of glass. Don't worry, Dave, I got it. There's your clothes, Dave.
Yeah, alright, nice.
All right, David. Hi. You guys know, any job site that there's dogs on, makes Ryan a happy camper. So being that today is kind of day one for the actual framing to start, it's going to be a day of a lot of planning, measuring, figuring things out. Right now we're kind of trying to project this angle of the landing up to what is going to be our new landing up there. And yes guys, this is one of the only DeWalt tools that we own right here in terms of cordless, only because Milwaukee doesn't make one. Now if you guys are in the market to buy any type of laser level, what do they call these? 4-axis, plane, laser, whatever you want to call it. 5-dot, 4-line. It's got a bunch of different functions on it. Dave thought I was crazy when I told him he needed to spend the extra money for the green laser. So if you guys are in the market, buy one, spend the extra money, get the green laser, especially if you're doing anything outdoors. If we were using the red laser ones, you just cannot see those outside. I mean, even indoors, they work amazingly better having a green laser. I'm gonna, let's see if we can find it. All right, so this little device that comes with it, I don't know if you guys can see the laser on there, but being that we're on a very bright sunny day, you basically have to chase the line from the laser way over here. So now that we've used the laser to kind of pull some true dimensions over there, we're transferring them back to the computer to make a little bit of on-site changes to make sure everything just works out well. One of the beautiful things about bringing the computer on the job site, also being that it's like, you know, 3 doors down from Dave's house, is that we can go back and get whatever we need, is making these changes on the fly is pretty simple. And you can kind of get the real math easier than trying to float a tape measure from there to there up in the air and trying to gauge measurements that way. So because we're playing with so many different weird angles and everything's got to be parallel and everything's got to mate up to existing stuff, basically we're fighting a couple different degrees and angles here. So what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to build just a little temporary thing so we can actually get back and get our eyes on it, because obviously your eyes are more important than numbers at times. So if it looks right and everything is mapped out to where it works, the amount of steps works, the tread length works, everything works, then that's what we're going to go with. Dude, those deadlifts have been paying off for you, buddy. All right, Dave.
Now let's sync up this back with the.
It's not the heaviest thing in the world, but I also don't feel like staying here all day.
I do have a clamp. I wonder if we could lay this edge.
Looks good, Dave. We'll just use that as our stringer and we'll just start attaching some stairs. I think we put a couple more 2x6s on there, they can use it like a ladder.
The slide, well, man, we've got a lot more than 2x6s. We're going for the slide.
You want to make a slide? I think a slide would be cool. A nice bank turn right there. All right, so now we've got our really hokey jig set in place, and trust me, I know it looks goofy, but it's kind of what we have to do right now to visualize the angles of making sure everything just visually looks good in mating up to the original deck. Dave right now is
hang on. Okay, first I'm gonna set this thing to what the computer says. Okay.
Okay. Dave's trying to prove me wrong right now.
I'm not proving,
but he's kind of proving me right.
Just proving me very right. Okay, 71.4. Right is what the computer says.
71.4. Yeah, it looks a little off. You're right.
Right.
All right.
Good. If anything on this side.
Barely.
Well, is it longer or shorter? We'll never know. We'll never know. All right.
This is what we do all day, though. We go back and forth. We yell at each other on who's right, And we like, when we're dedicated,
We'll yell at the other person for not saying something.
when we're dedicated to our ways the right way, it is it's an ordeal. But then at the end of the day, we come up with a plan that works. So we made it back here to the nice shady shop. We're getting the miter saw set up to the right angle based on the angle finder. We call it the dangler. I gotta say, Dave, you know, we're all about maximizing efficiency. This is a long trip to the saw and back. But it is nice to work in the shade. And it's a good thing we don't have to bring all the tools, you know, from home to work, but we're bringing them about 2 handfuls at a time. So we probably should have just loaded the van up and drove it.
I'm telling you.
So I didn't bring my mini circ saw today. We're using Dave's metal circ saw, and well, we'll see how well it does. All right, so we've got the first piece of our landing installed. Dave's got the second piece over here. Great work, buddy. Great work. Look at that.
We'll see.
Beautiful
We'll see.
cut, Dave. Beautiful cut.
Well, I mean, we might have to cut into some deck, you know?
We're gonna have to. I think. So when you're dealing with pressure treated wood, Dave, what are you brushing on right here?
Poison. So, see, it's pressure treated because this is copper arsenic. Or at least it was when I was a kid. And then, so when you cut it, well, there ain't no copper arsenic right there. So you got to add poison, termite poison, back where it was. When I was a kid, the pressure treated was a green color. That's why this is green.
He kept a can of this stuff around from when he was a kid.
Well, it's pretty old, but the problem with the termite killer in anybody that lives in a climate where it never freezes, termites are like real common, is that even though like we don't really have much of this on my hands, I can guarantee you that there's no way I'm gonna get laid tonight because I'm gonna smell like this stuff.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It stays in your nose and it just doesn't go away.
Yeah.
You can feel it burn your nose hairs. So now that we've got the main landing in, which is going to be coming off of the existing deck, essentially everything from here is going to be brand new. And you know, with all the back and forth of having to go to the computer, changing up a few things to try and make sure all the angles and everything line up, it's kind of where we're stopping for today, other than we're going to be finishing out the top cap on this railing, which is going to match all the railing that is down there. Oh, fleas and spiders today. Alright, well, we've got our temporary railing just in place. I know it doesn't look like much. It's just to hold it over till Dave comes back tomorrow to get in here and start getting some stairs in. Dave, you gonna get the stairs finished for me tomorrow?
I doubt it.
Oh, okay. I know we didn't see like a whole ton of progress, and it probably didn't look that great on video today, but there's a lot of thinking that had to go into today, and today kind of laid the groundwork for the next couple days to come when we'll actually start to really crank out this whole staircase. But I like to show you guys every step of the way, and this is just kind of one of those slow days. And that's kind of why I don't film a lot of the construction projects either, is because it's, you know, there's a handful of days like this to where it doesn't really make good footage. But hopefully you guys enjoy, hopefully you guys like seeing the construction process. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe now. That way you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforitapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it.
Roll the outro.
Damn. Yeah.